This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, verse 6. And it reads through the Holy Scriptures. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord of hosts with thunder and with earthquakes and great noise and storms and tempests and the flames of devouring fire. Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the elders for preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching the word truthfully and sincerely as well too. And I say shalom.
Deadly tornado rips through Mississippi, and Mississippi Emergency Management Agency now says at least 23 people have died as these twisters tore a path of destruction right through that state.
Just heartbreaking. There were at least 4 tornado emergencies issued. A tornado emergency only issued when a large, dangerous tornado has been spotted.
And we're waiting for the sun to come up here shortly to get a full scope of the destruction yet to be seen. The National Weather Service has their survey crews out there. They're headed out to the areas to survey the damage, which is expected to be extensive. Fox Weather's ongoing coverage of this deadly outbreak continues right now.
And you know, Craig, the sun is up now. We've officially crossed the threshold of sunrise in Mississippi, and I'm sure the images are going to continue to pour in. This is what we have from the overnight hours as the tornado came through these communities.
Brick buildings.
Brick buildings. This is someone's home. You can just barely make out the kitchen off in the distance here. I mean, the only way in which we can kind of see what happened is through the illumination from these flashlights. You can see the backsplash of perhaps someone's home,
oh, right.
their cabinets. You know, you look outside and you can see a car in the distance. Just shows you that this home completely demolished. The power of these storms. Rolling Fork is where it all began here in Mississippi, and it tracked quite some ways through the state. You know, we head to places like Amory, where we saw just absolute devastation as well. Places like Silver City. Here's what we see coming out of the overnight hours in Amory, Mississippi. You know, this is several miles away from Rolling Fork, and we were talking nearly a distance, at least over 50 miles away. And you can just see this looks to be perhaps a structure of some church or community business. I mean, trees just completely tossed around, brought down the roof of this structure. The brick, you know, completely crumbled here too, and all the damage that has been done to these communities. Search and rescue quickly began as these tornadoes came through. I mean, people were talking about the sound. They could hear the tornado, the danger, that was on the way. You couldn't see it clearly.
Until the lightning or those pops of
the pops of power.
The power
and you can see that here in this imagery in Silver City, Mississippi. You can see the power flash there. It looks like almost a bit of a flame off in the distance. The tornado, hard to make out, but you can just see how large it is. Because of those lightning flashes, you can kind of make out the wedge of that tornado in Silver City, Mississippi. This done here, a still from a lightning flash that illuminated the sky for just a brief second in order to make out the danger in these communities in these overnight hours. I mean, we talk about going into the evening. Around this time in Silver City, Mississippi, sunset was about 7:15 yesterday. The storm came through. It started just after 8 p.m. and continued clear through midnight. And then we take it up to Silver City, where we did talk to highway patrolman in Silver City, Mississippi, not too long ago. And he talked about how it just felt like a scene out of a Hollywood movie. The damage that had been done from neighborhood to neighborhood. These homes completely crumbled. This is a big semi-truck community. And he said, you know, a lot of tractor trailers just completely demolished, tossed away like they were toy trucks.
Those are heavy.
They're massive.
There's a community of about 200 people, right? Was that Belzoni, Mississippi,
yes,
I believe
just
it was.
off to the north of that too. And so it's just devastating to see the cleanup. You know, it talks about going in there. Search and rescue is likely to resume in so many of these communities now that the daylight is upon us. See the power of these lightning strikes with this supercell tornado, supercell thunderstorm that spawned this powerful tornado that that came through Mississippi, and the fact that it
Wow,
tracked
look at
for
that.
so long.
So long. Do you know, yesterday we were watching this and tracking it live, Jen, and remember, there were breaks in the clouds over Mississippi and Arkansas ahead of that front, and all of that heating. We said this is going to be a major concern because all of that moisture, all of the heat, all of the humidity was in place. The shear was there, and it was bumping into all these breaks that they had in the clouds earlier on in the day. And then sure enough, Storm Prediction Center issued that area there and said this is the area to watch, and look what happened.
You can see all the emergency personnel quickly rushing into Silver City, Mississippi. You can just see a little bit of the extent of the damage. The only way in which you're able to see what happened in those overnight hours was through the illumination from headlights of somebody's cars, the trucks, the emergency vehicles, flashlights that people use. It was neighbors helping neighbors in these very small communities. Also to Rolling Fork, I do believe that in a lot of these communities here in rural southern Mississippi, central Mississippi, are without cell power.
I'm Amy Freeze. Welcome to Fox Weather's YouTube page. We have more great videos on the way, so make sure to subscribe to stay updated on all things weather.
Yeah, 47.
Are you a low-income American on food stamps or Medicaid?